Here we go. Right, so now that the world has kind of opened up a bit to us again, we can actually move around. We can start finishing up these many side missions we've collected. Not to mention that there's new ones right here.
Is that blade for hire, perchance? Because I have a mind to make a killing.
Ah, good fella.
Figuratively, I hope.
Good day to you, sir.
Well, yes and no. A passing caravan carried with it a rumor most fortuitous for one in my trade, that an elder Dread Evis had been sighted in the fields of Carava. Dread Evis are aggressive beasts. Compelled as they are to acts of violence, few survive to maturity, but those that do develop a hide of phenomenal value.
A hide you want to sell?
Value, you say?
Eventually, yes. Though I would have it tanned first that it might be crafted into marvels the likes of which the world has never seen. Dread Evis skin is a rare thing indeed. But the worked hide of a well-aged beast, now that would fetch such coin that Gilbert himself might weep with envy. Bring me that beast's skin, and I will share with you the bounty of our combined labors.
Got problems with your intestines, do you?
All right. I'll hunt your Evis.
Happens to the best of us.
Of course
Happens
you
to the best of
will.
us.
When one lives in such troubled times, it is a
And the
fool
worst
who lets
of us, actually,
opportunity
as
slip
well.
his
It happens
grasp.
to everyone.
Leave Tabor through the east gate,
I do
but
believe.
take the path that branches west. Once you reach the checkpoint at Tovany, you are a mere stone's throw from the fields of Carava. I eagerly await your safe, and above all, triumphant return.
Right. Triumphant return. We'll get to that. We might want to pick that one up as well, though. Assuming it's... I mean, it's close to it's up there, right? That explains it then.
Careful how you pack that leather. Any creases or scratches.
Good day, sir.
Finally. No one was paying me the slightest heed.
Oh, is that so? I'm not
Something
just gonna
wrong.
leave then.
At the university, the students would hang on my every word. Sadly, this far from home, I'm just a vagrant greybeard.
The university? You're a scholar.
A specialist in ancient cultures, the most accomplished in all Valisthea, some have said. Not that I look the part in these tattered rags. In my heyday, no obstacle could have kept me from my studies. Yet here I am, a wizened windbag, bested by the many steps of Tabor. The answers I seek lying just beyond my enfeebled reach. Would you do an old man a kindness and brave the stairs in my stead? You'll be amply rewarded, of course.
Or
Climb the
climbing
stairs
of
and...
stairs.
And memorize a few inscriptions for me, assuming you know your letters, that is. Some courteous soul is rumored to have carved clues
You do
to
that.
Tabor's
You do
rich
that. That's
history
what I
into
used to do.
stones dotted about the village. 3 of them, to be precise.
Though
One
it isn't
each to the
necessarily
north,
Dragon Age
south,
2.
and east. I'm here in the hope that those carvings might shed light on a riddle I've been pondering for some time. Namely, the otherwise undocumented origins of Tabor's unique people. People quite unlike those of neighboring lands.
I can't promise I'll remember everything perfectly.
Remember what you can. I'll piece together the rest. Make for the domed pavilions, and you'll have no trouble finding the stones.
Right, let's do that one first. I imagine it's the closest one.
How are the
Ah, it's right near, isn't it?
new boots treating you?
They're fantastic. Soft as phoenix down.
I'm assuming it's very high up on account of him whining about the many steps. Loot, loot, wondrous loot.
So it's these stones to Canva, and the rest of the box to Salomon.
More loot. More goblin coins. What am I supposed to do with all these damned goblin coins? I'll end up with a freaking goblin treasury at this point. Ah, is it this one? Wanderers of the Golden Plains, lay your roots in stone. With pride recall thy noble past, and make these rocks a home.
What golden plains might the wanderers have called home, I wonder?
Decent quarry's been hard to find since this place burned.
It has indeed.
Children of the hunters, now tillers of the land, reap her promised blessing, and give praise her gracious hand.
Farmers must have settled here in Tabor.
There's another one up there. Did I just outright miss that? I just ran past it the first time? Probably it. I'm blind, don't you know? Guardians of the crystal, the first stones of Tabor, sacred hold thy noble blood till ends the mother's labor.
No history would be complete without mention of the mother crystals. I should speak to the old scholar before I forget everything I've read.
Might as well. Might as well.
How are those new boots treating you?
The engravings were in good repair considering their age.
Oh, what that I could have seen for myself. Oh, come, don't tease me now. What did you learn of this place and its people? Let's start with the engraving to the south, shall we? What did it say?
I didn't exactly, mark the, Guardians of the Crystal. It wasn't the Republic, and it certainly wasn't the good Moogles.
Guardians of the
would be
crystal, the first stones of Tabor, sacred hold thy noble blood till ends the mother's labor. I'm pretty sure that was it.
Fascinating. It would seem the founders of this city were descendants of those fallen charged with protecting the mother crystals. But whatever could have driven the Guardians so far from their sacred charges, I wonder? The engraving to the north is next, I think.
Wanderers of the Golden Plains.
Wanderers of the Golden Plains, lay your roots in stone. With pride recall thy noble past, and make these rocks a home. Or, I think that was it, at least.
No doubt you're right. There are vestiges of nomadic customs in Tabor its guardian roots could never account for. This is proving most enlightening. Now, for the final stone.
Now tillers of the land, I do believe.
Children of the hunters, now tillers of the land, reap her promised blessing, and give praise her gracious hand. That's all three.
And so, we add primitive farmers to Tabor's founding peoples, the final piece of the puzzle. 3 engravings, one for each of the 3 peoples to have settled Tabor in ancient times. Guardians of the Mother Crystal, wanderers from across the plains, and last but certainly not least, hunters turned farmers. Little wonder it was so difficult to trace the roots of Tabor's culture. Those roots reach down through 3 distinct traditions. Nonetheless, One cannot help but wonder why this fact is not better known among scholars, given that the stones stand here for all to see.
Too many stairs, perhaps.
Ha! Too many by far. Here, and thank you.
Well, that one was rather easy. Should we go and hunt down the Avis next? This Dread Avis. I think that might be a good choice. Let's see if we can't see this. Yes, this would be the skin trade. And here we have eye for an eye. Oh. What do you know? That doesn't sound very comfy, that. And we're all about the comfy here. The cozy, the chill. Relax.
The bandits may be no more, but look what they've left us.
Unless there's coffee in
Shouldn't
it.
be too hard to find,
Go
Goots.
batshit insane.
The gentlemen of the town guard.
Off being perhaps one of the most important things in the world.
Could be I know something more.
Clive, listen! I found someone who says he's heard the rumors about Nan.
Have you?
Go on. Tell him what you told me.
All right. It's like I said. A wizened old crone by the name of Karen's been selling steel to whoever will pay her price, be they knight or knave. Says the more swords and spears she puts in people's hands, the more war they'll wage. And the more war being waged, the more call for swords and spears. And who will they all turn to keep them in steel? Why, the good Reaper herself.
And you've seen this Reaper at work?
Aye, it just so happens I have. You'll find her right here plying her trade most days.
Here in Delamil? Where exactly?
She has a stall here in the market, but if you're not the patient type, you can probably find her at her storehouse on the edge of town. But it'd be a bolder man than me that braved that particular nest of vipers. Feeling bold, traveler? I hope so, for your sake. Now, if that's all, I have places to be.
So there's
Sorry to have kept you.
Foster.
You don't think Nan's the Reaper, do you?
Not unless she's discovered the secret of how to be in two places at once.
Eh? What do you mean?
Lady Karen hasn't left the hideaway in weeks. So who has been running this stall he spoke of?
Good question. I'll go and have a look.
And I'll visit this storehouse on the edge of town.
All right, but be careful, Clive.
Always with the being careful. That is
You
not
too,
what I do.
Goots.
You be careful, Goots. Kind of a dumbass. A kindly one, I suppose, but not exactly the purpose to
Finest
shed
sell
now,
swords
is he?
in Storm. Fuck.
Which exit would that be? Oh, it's
Gentlemen of the town guard are strapping
Mummy,
I almost missed starting up today's stream. I was very preoccupied with playing.
You fought very bravely.
There's I don't know if it's necessarily new, but one of the many Vampire Survivor clones, if you can call it that. I don't think Vampire Survivors was actually the first, to be honest.
Viper's nest.
But still, since that got so popular, there's been a lot of them popping up as of late. And one of them I noticed today. Very Diablo-esque.
Just you, is it?
Good deal of fun.
Thought I might have laid it on a bit thick.
It was a fairly unconvincing tale. So, what now?
That's up to you. Die a slow death, or a quick one.
How about another
Boys,
ball?
he's all yours. But that sword is mine.
You wish. Only thing you'll get out of this sword is a stab wound at best. Alright. Fellas ready?
Now, we
I'll
can
set you
pretend
all
this
on
didn't
fire,
happen.
just so you know. We'll have to do a bit better. Wow. Healing them up? Oh, can't have that. Ah, there we go. The healer of the group. Not so, fulfilling that task anymore, is it?
You're finished.
Easily handled.
Oh, you've done it now.
Go on. Tell me what I've done.
When the Borgwyn finds out you've killed his men, he'll have your head. He only wanted that bull of a manservant, the dim one always clinging to Karen's skirts. You weren't even supposed to be here. Who the hell are you anyway?
What were you going to do to him?
The Borgwyn wanted him to get to Karen. I was only supposed to point the lamp in the right direction once he arrived in Dalamil. But then you turned up. Well, go on then. If you're going to end me, end me.
You're not worth the effort. Now be gone, before I change my mind.
Fucking coward!
I need to find GOOO.
Coward? Really?
Right now.
Not the best description I could think of. Alright.
Get your filthy paws off me, you naughty painted lout!
Stop calling me names! And stop spreading them horrible lies about Nan!
Well, that will be easy enough. For they are not lies. Every last word is true. And she must pay for her crimes in blood.
Blood?
GOOO, are you all right?
He's gonna kill Nan! He said she had to pay in blood!
After what she did, it is only right. She ruined my life and the lives of countless others. That loathsome harpy's very existence is a crime, and I will not allow it to continue. Goots, was it? I have no quarrel with you. Only with your employer. Run along now. You need not pay for her sins.
No.
No?
I don't care what she did. I won't let you hurt Nan. Promise me you won't hurt her, or I'll kill you myself!
Really?
GOOO, no.
Enough, all of you!
Karen. But how did you?
You're a sight less clever than you think you are, the pair of you. Did you think I wouldn't notice the two of you slinking off together? Well, the whole thing got me thinking, who in Dalamil might bear me a grudge? And a certain snivelling shit I ran afoul of in my fairy years came to mind. Though it was just Bogan back then, wasn't it? I thought the years might have taught you some sense, but I see you're the same pants-pissing craven you've always been. What was it we called you? Wet legs?
You bitch! everything that happened.
Wet legs.
It was all your fault. And now you'll finally pay for what you did to me!
Gooch, you...
If you want a piece of Nan, you'll have to go through me.
Fuck.
You great galoot. Out of the way, I can handle this myself. So, wet legs, you remember what you told me when we last met? An eye for an eye. Wise words, Sam. Wise words. And now, it's time to collect. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Is he...
Dead? No. But I reckon he wishes he was.
You cut off his nuts.
It's an easy going through life, one eye short of a pair. After all, I should know.
You don't mean...
Oh, don't tell me you didn't notice. Lost it to old Wet Legs back when we were working the same routes. Said I'd stolen from his strongbox. I'd done nothing of the sort, mind. But that didn't stop him taking his little revenge. So I took some of my own. Sorry, lost everything. His coin, his clients. Always knew he'd be back one day to claim his due. But he crossed a line dragging poor Goots into this.
Hey, kitty.
He didn't hurt you, did he?
The demon
No, Nan.
joins
Still
the
got
chat.
all my arms, see? Legs too.
Well, joins
But-
the room anyway.
What if he comes back again?
What if he does? First we take the other eye, then we work our way down.
That is what
He'll learn his
pathetic me
lesson
out, you
soon
know.
enough. But something tells me the Wet Legs has learned it already.
You,
Right.
I don't even.
Let's
think
get you
the
back to
chat
the
could hear
hideaway.
you
You've
meowing
attracted
like that.
quite enough attention
It's
already.
more like a
Ta-ra,
balloon
Clive.
letting out air. There shall be no treading.
Remind me never to cross you, Karen.
Treading. You're free to sit down. You're free to sit here and relax, but there shall be no treading. All right? No treading. Okay. We have a deal? Do we have a deal? There we go. Get your ass down. Right. And then there was the wyvern. The Avis, I suppose. Let's go murder it. You are you in a cuddly mood? Is that it? Hmm? I'm kind of busy now though. I can't keep heading
Run like the wind.
all the time. Long time of day. Already had quite the thorough cuddling sesh earlier, shortly after dinner. Hmm? He is such a daddy's boy, though. So very much a daddy's boy. Understandable, since he has no mommy. Well, he does, but I don't think he's met her in quite a while. He's a single human cat. There's only one human in the world that matters, and that's Papa. And there's the Avis. Off you go, kitty.
Straight home now.
Alright, let's kill it!
Old he may be, but it looks like there's still plenty of fight in him yet.
was quick, for sure. White quick. Avis skin.
This thing reeks. The sooner it's off my hands, the better.
Alright. Can I not use that path over there to, Oh, not good enough, is it? Ah, yeah, this is where we fought the bees. Oh well, I suppose we'll just have to, we could just use the fast travel, can't we? Good day, sir.
Here's your hide, as requested.
I worried you might never return. Quickly, let me see it. Oh, as supple as a maiden's cheek, yet as adamant as her virtue. This is everything I had hoped for, and more. Clearly, my trust in you was not misplaced. You must be a hunter of considerable talent to have bested the beast with nary a scratch. Join me as my honored partner. With my means and your might, we shall be as wealthy as the merchant kings of Zemeckis.
I don't plan on making a habit of this. I'm busy enough as it is.
Very well. Though I believe fate had a hand in our meeting, it would be unbecoming of me to beg. Do not allow me to keep you from being about your business. Here, for the hide.
I could just retire from this whole rebellion, revolution thingamadoo-dad and just become a hunter. Right then, join Rutherford at Martha's Rest. And this is oh yeah, speak with Karen in the hideaway. We'll do that as well soon enough. I'm curious to see what was in. Oh yes, this is for the dinner. We're supposed to bring that back there, so we'll do that while we turn in that one. Let's go to Martha's Rest first, and sort out whatever it was that Rutherford had problems with. I don't even remember what the quest was about anymore. Which is kind of sad, because it's only been like one day. Where is he then?
My Lord Marquis, it is you. Then you received my letter.
Oh, right.
I am Sebastian Rutherford, Chief Steward of your Lord Uncle's estate.
Of course. We met once before.
Yes, my lord. Thank you for coming.
And what was so sensitive that you couldn't put it in writing?
1,000 apologies, my lord. I did not mean to offend. I merely...
It's all right. Continue.
I am here at Martha's Rest, at the behest of your Lord Uncle, tasked with learning what I am able of the realm's current state of affairs. And what I have learned is grim. The fall of the Mother Crystals has left Storm in a state of utter disarray. The subsequent darkening of the heavens has only made things worse. Akashic attacks, once unthinkable, are now commonplace. The gears of governance have ground to a halt, and without a steady hand on the tiller, the realm threatens to drift into utter chaos. Your Lord Uncle, however, believes there is a way to avoid this fate, and is determined to see it set in motion.
That sounds like quite the undertaking.
It is. Hence my having enlisted the aid of several colleagues serving the 7 high houses. Alas...
Alas?
I have lost contact with 2 of those colleagues already. They are both able-bodied and trained in the sword, Yet in these dark times, even that may not prove sufficient to keep a man safe on the road.
So you want me to find them? I'll need to know where they went.
One I sent to investigate the Republic, the other the old Imperial capital of Oriflamme.
That doesn't exactly narrow it down. I suppose I'll start in Dalamil and work my way east.
Thank you, my lord. I shall pray for your success and safety.
Ah, we're going back to Dalamil. We only just came from there, you know. Oh, well. Let's see, local. At least it's not that far to go. You can find out fairly quickly. Seems to be the matter.
It's not going to be easy finding one man in an entire republic. Let's hope someone here's seen something.
Mummy?
Oh, we just go to the quest marker. Finals.
The gentleman of the town guard.
I do hope it's not going to be a lengthy one.
Good girl.
Faster!
Someone's got himself in trouble.
Really? Alright, let's go help the poor bastard.
I don't see your master here, so you can start by giving us all the coppers in your purse.
I already told you, I have nothing.
Then maybe we'll take that pretty outfit and the steel you're wearing.
Please! These men are trying to rob me!
I'll deal with this.
Thank you.
You that one's
take too
master,
long.
then? If you'd kindly pay the coin he owes us, we can pretend you didn't draw your blade on Republican soldiers.
Or you can go back to your garrison and I won't report you to your captain.
Oh, you're more than welcome to. He hasn't had many visitors since we slit his throat.
Wow. Let's make our process a tad bit. Oh, really? Play it that way, huh? Right. That is just annoying. Get dead. And sorted. And there's the damned alarm. Keep forgetting about that. Oh, there's
I'd
sorted.
expect as much from Hugo's faithful, but these were men of the fist.
Much has changed in the Republican army since they lost their rock.
You've seen this kind of thing before, then?
Many times. I was sent here to observe the situation.
You're one of Rutherford's men. He sent me to look for you.
Well, then you have my thanks. I fancy I could defend myself against one, perhaps two, but a whole regiment. I arrived in Dalamil several days ago, but when I called upon the captain of the local garrison to make inquiries, his men confiscated my effects and locked me in a cell.
The captain is no more, and his men make the rules now.
Fortunately, I was able to bribe my way free, only to be stopped again by those soldiers you so kindly dispatched.
What of the Fist's central command? Surely they wouldn't allow such lawlessness amongst their ranks.
I would imagine they are unaware of it. Most of the army has fallen back to the capital and hunkered down behind her walls. Those who weren't recalled now rule the fringes unchecked, answering to no one but themselves.
Then it's worse than we imagined. You should return to Rosaria. It's not safe here.
I'll find a caravan heading north. You won't mind if I borrow one of these soldiers' coin purses?
Nah, you can have it. I have enough money as is at the moment.
Not at all. Now, to find this second associate of Rutherford's. If he was bound for Oriflamme, I'll start at Northreach and see if I can pick up his trail.
Alright. We were heading to Northreach regardless. Well. They're nicely clumped around Northreach proper as well. I do so like that.
There's a lot of road between here and the capital. Rutherford's man could be anywhere.
There's a box of loot here and I've missed it. I have that. Gimme. A lot of ether in the air. Straight-laced gent.
What happened here?
If you're with the others, they've already relieved me of my belongings.
I'm not. I'm looking for someone who was sent here by a man named Rutherford.
And then you found him. I am Alistair Rockford, attendant to the Lady Ariane of House Wellesley.
Of the 7 high houses of Rosaria. It's been a long time since last I saw my great-aunt. Is she well?
My Lord Marquis? Yes. Yes, she is. The Lady Dowager has granted me leave to assist your Uncle Stuart. I was on my way back from the old capital when I saw some villagers being robbed on the road here.
Bandits?
They looked more like field hands, but it didn't matter in the end. I did what I could to help the victims, but all it earned me was a pommel to the temple.
Which way did they go?
South, toward the gate.
All right. I'll take care of them. Founder knows I've met enough of their kind. You head back to Northreach, visit the Vale, tell them I sent you.
Thank you. I shall. Founder be your shield.
He's as straight-laced as he supposedly is, then I don't know if he's gonna be all too happy about ending up in a brothel.
They just couldn't resist, could they?
This one's ours, pretty boy.
You're finished. That's a few bandits.
Make for the town while you can. There may be more bandits nearby.
You don't need to tell me twice. Many thanks, traveler.
This looks to be all of them.
I thought I told you to make for the Vale.
And stand by as ill might befall the heir to the ducal throne.
It's just Clive, and I'm fine. which is more than can be said for you.
I will survive.
Strange that the garrison wouldn't intervene in such a brazen attack so close to their gates.
The garrison have their hands full inside the city. Some days they don't even send out patrols. There are few hands left to work the fields, and even fewer to transport the grain. The market stalls are nearly bare, and the price for what remains is exorbitant. It's not uncommon to see a fight break out over a crust of bread. When I said the ones who attacked me didn't have the look of bandits, I meant it. They were probably just desperate.
Rockford, listen to me. If you are to continue your investigation, you first need to seek the attention of a healer.
Of course. I shall return to Northreach right away. But allow me to thank you first. Had you not happened along,
Don't thank me. Thank Rutherford. It was he who sent me.
I suppose he'll be wondering where I've got to. I shall send a Bastolus as soon as I'm able. Good day.
My uncle certainly has his work cut out for him. If it isn't already too late. I should go and tell Rutherford that his colleagues are still in one piece.
Indeed. But first, let's go deal with these two. It's not that far. Make our way over there fairly quickly, I think.
There were ghosts at the gates, not days.
To the meadows, then. That's what it can.
Ah. Over there. Couple of dogs in the way. We might as well get rid of those as well.
It's over. Hippocrates said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers.
That does look like a bright blue dragon. Blueback wyvern, indeed.
This must be our wyvern. Alright. Let's get this over with.
Pushovers. Big health, but
that's the wyvern's liver.
Much more than that.
Now I just need to find the herbs. Bright yellow with a heady scent.
Imagine it's the ones right over here. Seem white, bright yellow, don't they? saint's bonnet.
I think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe.
Indeed. Now then, off to Martha's, then we'll return to the hideaway. We might take a bit of a look at the hunt board as well. See which ones we have we haven't gotten rid of just yet. I'm a bit curious about going after the S-Rankers as well, but since there's no real description of where they're at, I don't rightly know where to start looking.
I see you're still here.
The Rest's location affords a constant flow of traders, and with it, a constant flow of information. Speaking of which, I received word from both my associates. They have resumed their investigations, thanks to you.
I only happened to be in the right place at the right time. They both seem to think the realm's prospects rather grim.
I am afraid that grim would be putting it lightly. Storm is in crisis, and if we are to free her, we must work quickly. And we must work together. Such is your Lord Uncle's wish.
As it is mine.
The one done. Next, we go back to the hideaway. Food recipe, as well as having a bit of a chat with Karen.
Nothing like a dish of cold vengeance to foul the gut.
I'm sorry, Nan. I didn't mean to make things worse. I just thought I had to protect you. Like you've protected me.
Aye, well, someone had to. Your parents certainly didn't give a whit for your well-being. Reckon the both of us would be worse off if I'd not taken you on. You've always been me right eye, Goots. And I'd have you stay that way. So don't you dare go looking for trouble again.
Well, I will. If you ever need help, I'll do it again and again, and you can't stop me.
Why, you big lump. Fine. Play the hero if it makes you happy.
Thanks, Nan. I won't let you down.
There's nothing he wouldn't do for you.
That's as maybe. But if he's ever to make his own way in life, he'll need to start looking out for himself as well. Till then, he'll need people to watch his back, just like you did in Dalamil. Don't think I didn't appreciate that.
Of course. His family.
Stop it. You make me one good eye, mister. I don't go thinking that'll do you any favours. A potion today'll cost you the same as it did yesterday.
That's all well and fine. I have the money. I have plenty of gil. 200,000 of them at that, it seems. Continental sensor.
Seems the hideaway has lost its appetite. So, did you have that word with Tomes then?
I did, and he was as helpful as ever. He told me exactly where to look, in fact.
And what precisely will I be cooking up? Or is it better not to know?
Blueback wyvern liver. And, a herb known as Saint's Bonnet.
Ah, wyvern livers, was it? Well, at least it weren't actual worms, I suppose. Now then, you stay right where you are. I've got some cooking to do. Let's hope these grand old chefs of yore knew what they were on about. And here we have it. Fried mortress of skyworm. Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption. Well, I say offered. He as good as begged.
And rightly so. Is there any higher honor than partaking in a slice of culinary history?
So, not fit for consumption then?
What witchery is this? The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet, it is the piquant kiss of the saint's bonnet that tames this savage dish. It is a tour de force, a force of nature even, a maelstrom of flavour and sensation, a graceful beast emerging from centuries of slumber.
I think he likes it.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking. But I reckon you might be right. It was decent then, I take it.
Decent? It's remarkable. And I defy any man to say a word to the contrary. Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women to procure a dozen blueback wyverns forthwith?
I'll give it some thought.
Well, the hideaway certainly needs some AVs, some dragon chicky nuggies. Obviously. Trademark food of the hideaway, that. Right. We sorted all of that out. Side missions are all complete. I don't suppose... Oh, we can have a chat with Joshua.
Wondrous though they are, an Akashic horde large enough to besiege the free cities is not to be trifled with. We must proceed with caution.
So we shall. Where's Jill at, though? There she is.
Canva's walls will not hold the Akashic horde for long. We can only hope they hold it for long enough.
Ah, they'll be fine.
Did you see that?
They'll be fine. They'll be just fine. Probably. Yeah, more on targets for me? Do. That you do. This one is new. And the pack. South Tabor. Almechia. Ooh. Yes, we have located them. I know where they are. Let's proceed to murder them. Forthwith. Let's see. Eba. It's they're right about here somewhere, I reckon. I do believe. Let's go here. We'll go on foot from here. Alright, let's make sure we have all the potions we may need as well. Diamond armlets. Good. Shoulders of giants. These orchestrion scrolls are stupidly expensive, aren't they? But I should probably start buying them, though. Probably.
Anything else?
Probably. And
a fine choice.
There we go.
Come again.
Fully stocked. Ready for murder. What now then?
Cyril. How fares the search?
Well, Your Grace, my report shall be with you ere long.
Ah, yes. Yotei is otherwise engaged, at my behest.
And the duty of wardenship?
Fulfilled. For as you see, I've been reunited with my first shield.
I am Cyril, Knight of the Undying and bearer of the Burning Quill, charged with chronicling the mortal deeds of His Grace, Joshua Rosfield, keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix and rightful Archduke of Rosaria.
I entrusted Cyril here with overseeing the investigation into Ultima's origins. Findings from his brothers and sisters afield are delivered here to be collated and catalogued.
Just how many Undying are there?
Not nearly enough, milady. Yet we are glad to give our all in service to the Phoenix. Such is, and has ever been, our creed.
I see.
You have your associates, I have mine. But you may now think of them as ours. That won't be a problem, will it?
The Phoenix is our sun, and we but the shadows that quicken in his radiance. It is from the darkness that we serve, both him and now you.
But they're a bunch of edgelords then. Good
Pray
to know.
accept this token.
Ah, another seal. My
For as long as you
keychain
bear
is
it,
getting
members of
mighty
our
heavy.
order will reveal themselves unto you, if there is nothing further.
No. You are dismissed.
Your Grace.
It's a Canva then.
We'll talk about this later. Cyril seemed very, You certainly keep strange bedfellows, Joshua.
The free cities under siege?
Right then, and... as it would be this way, I believe.
Are you sure this is the right way, brother?
To where we're going? Yes. To where you want to be? No. We're not too concerned with what you want right now, do you? Oh, wait. Not at all, in fact. No, see. Those are what we came here for. A bad group of bad doggies. The pack. But the rank C. This should be easy. I would imagine.
You're on my side, Total.
Sharky health, cool stuff. Jumping out of the shadow like that. Long serious attack. Definitely a bit of an issue with these guys. Bastards take turn attacks, making it very bothersome. Didn't help them in the long run, though. You got some fish in the oven? Gonna be a good dinner, I take it?
Shouldn't have messed with the leader of the pack, eh, boy?
Right. Well, sorted that. Mark. We do have 2 more that we need to get rid of. Don't we? The next one would be in, I do believe, the Dalmekian Republic. If we can't... Let's see here. Where would that be exactly? Is that over here? No, it is not, is it? I don't think so. No. I don't think this is it. Dalmekia? I mean, I know the name. We've been fighting these fellows for quite some time. Oh, yes. It's over, I think it's over... Yeah, there we go. The mare. There it is. That's it. That's where they're at. Well, that's gonna be quite the trek. Well, I suppose this would be the best way to go from. Let's jump over here. What kind of fish, though? What kinds of fishes you having? Salmon? Oh, wait. I actually have to get on the bird as well.
Fly, Ambrosia.
How far through Dragon Age 2 have you gotten? I was toying for a while with the idea of actually doing a bit of a Dragon Age thing on stream, but and it may still happen at some point. I just haven't quite gotten around to it, where I would play through the trilogy as it is currently, at least. That can't be good. Fired up Inquisition. That's certainly not a bad game. Certainly not. I still think the first one is the best, though. The first one, Origins, is definitely the best of the three. As far as I'm concerned, at least. Though I think I do prefer the combat from the second, even if it was arguably, perhaps, the lesser of the three games. Are these the brothers, then? Oh no, it's the Ten of Clubs. He's alone, I do believe. He's murdering. Nice axe, though. I do like that.
Not the gods' forsaken soul, eh? Only those who have nothing. Go empty your pockets.
Set him on fire. That guy was surprisingly tough. Mainly because I made a whole bunch of mistakes.
A deserter turned outlaw. We were more similar than he knew.
Oh, that's him sorted. Right. And the next target, I do believe, is the Magath brothers. And they are found in... They're in Rosaria, aren't they? I do believe. Let's see... Which part of Rosaria, though? Oh, they're not too far, actually. I think they're around here? Somewhere around there. Alright, let's go after them. How about these people dealt with? Now, ideally, I would have also bought some potions before going, but I suppose we'll see if we can make do without.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Unless they're open for business here still. They were at one point.
Straight home now.
Looks like there's a big slimy bastard up there. Don't think that's quite what I came here for. I was looking for a vendor of some kind.
Give me thunder!
And burn the guy, please. This guy is tanky. I might want to go and heal myself up before I do anything I'll regret. I might want to. I
I needed that.
Ah! Screw that. We're going for it. I should chocobos. Oh, that's a tragic sight. Or chicky boos. I don't suppose you can eat the Akashic ones either. There they are. That's them right there. Let's pay them a visit, shall we? A rank this. Holy shit. Those weapons are good for Monster Hunter. the ground, please.
Let's try.
All right. I wasn't quite prepared for that. I kind of got stuck, and I could not get loose. Let's try that again, shall we?
Run like the wind.
That did not go over well. Look at that! I got all my potions and whatnot back. That seems a bit unfair-ish. I would get a full stock of potions on account of having lost. Alright, let's try our hands at these guys again. Finding 3 of these big chunky ones, definitely a bit of an issue.
Let's try.
I couldn't even see his attack coming from back there.
Guess we're all ready. Glad you're here. Nice try.
That's a lot of experience. Holy shit. That's probably the biggest XP number I've seen thus far. I think they were kind of worth it, though.
No more war.
Man, can I have one of these axes? They're badass. I want one of these. Holy poop. Oh well, we sorted that out. That's the last mark. Apart from the 2 S marks, I'm thinking we might save those. I still don't know where they are, and I don't much feel like looking it up right now. I think it's about time we kept going towards that there step in the actual story. How about that? More story for y'all. Not just me running around willy-nilly hunting down marks. Should we restock potions,
take a look at my wares.
I think we should, yeah.
Of course. Anything else?
Case. Hardly hurts.
Ah, Lord Rossfield. I'm afraid I cannot stay to talk. I must leave to collect the reports of our spies in the field. Now that you wear the Phoenix down, our brothers and sisters will no doubt reveal themselves to you too. Farewell, my lord, and may the Firebird's flame burn ever in your heart.
My case quite literally. Seeing as I have the Phoenix Flame as well. What's happening here? Ah, orcs.
Then let us be rid of them.
Speak with the taste. I doubt there's taste either. These fallen ruins really are everywhere, aren't they? Been quite the empire at some point. More orcs.
Stay down.
Kill stealing there, Jill. You could have handled it.
Clive. Smoke.
Is the city fallen?
That is a lot of campfires.
The free men are still holding their own, then.
Do we have any idea where Gav and the others might be?
There's a warehouse near the docks where we agreed to meet if there was any trouble. We should hurry.
So we should. we have here then? More side missions. What's with that then? I thought we'd sorted all of these. God damn it. I thought we were finally making some progress. We can't leave these undone. It just goes against my nature. Simple as that. These side missions need to be sorted.
Ah, Clive. Just the man I was hoping to see.
Oh? And why is that?
Remember how some of Sir Wade's guardians took up residence here after the Akashic attacked? Well, now the rest have come to join him. Seems their barracks in the Lazarus have been lost to an ether flood. Now, I don't mind having a few more brave boys around to keep them animals at bay. I ain't daft after all. But we ain't got nowhere for 'em to bed down. Poor buggers are having to make do with haylofts and chocobo pens. I'd build 'em a new barracks here if I could. But where would I put 'em? There just ain't enough room up here on the rock. Which leaves us in a bit of a pickle. The people we're counting on to keep us safe are living like beggars.
I see.
And it isn't just that lot. There's bears to think about too. There's been more and more of them turning up lately, coming from all over looking for safe haven. But there's only so many we can shelter with the room we've got. We can't keep cramming more and more people into less and less space. What we need is a new home for our new arrivals. And that's what I was hoping you might help me with. If it ain't too much of a burden, of course.
It's no burden.
Thank you, Clive.
So, where were you thinking of making this new home?
Well, I reckon we could do a lot worse than Eastpool.
Eastpool. It's been a long time since I thought about that place.
It was a tragedy, what happened. And if any of us could have done anything to stop it, we would have. But what's done is done. And those who lived there wouldn't have wanted the village they loved to be left in ruins.
I suppose you're right.
The blight might be pressing in, but I reckon it's got a good few years left in it yet. There's just one problem. A band of cutthroats have made it their den, and they don't seem like they'll be moving on in a hurry. Nasty bastards they are too. I've lost some good men to their raids. Would have sent someone to clear 'em out sooner if my boys didn't already have their hands full fending off the Akashic. But now we've got a few more guardians of the flame to call on. I reckon it's time we made our move. What do you say? Fancy leading a raiding party?
Why not?
Eastpool was once home to people I loved. I won't have bandits sully those memories. I'll gladly drive them out of there.
Indeed.
And I know the men will gladly follow you. I've already shared a few thoughts with Sir Wade about how we might be able to win the place back. And I dare say he's got some ideas of his own too. Why don't you go and talk to him?
Of course.
Yes, this needs to be done.
Back to Eastpool.
Not just yet. Let's hear Wade's plan first.
What's there to plan? Rush in, kill them all, and be done.
So Wade, it's good to see you well.
And you, Lord Rossfield. And you.
I spoke with Martha. She tells me you have plans to free Eastpool and make it your own.
That's right, though it was mostly her idea. I rather fear my men have been treading on her toes somewhat since joining us, not to mention each other's. And then there are the bearers, men and women who found the courage to flee their masters and sought refuge here. We need somewhere to settle them, and I can think of worse places than Eastpool.
As can I. Which is why I agreed to help you win it back.
That's very kind of you. I'd be most grateful if you would. With you beside us, we shall soon send that rabble of rogues running for the hills.
So,
they won't be
what can you tell me?
That thankfully there aren't too many of them. Fewer than a dozen at our last count. And rather less, thankfully. The road that leads there will more than likely still be crawling with Akashic. A small force would suffice to clear the village, but if the Akashic were to follow them in, that force could end up trapped between a rock and a very hard place indeed.
I'll head into Eastpool and deal with the bandits. You and the Guardians can stay outside the village and fend off any Akashic who come too close. Make sure I'm not taken unawares.
I can't ask you to bear all that risk yourself, my lord.
There's no...
The Akashic are the bigger risk. I can handle a few bandits.
Well, if you're sure, I shall summon my men at once.
My goddamn
Shall I wait for
dominant.
you here?
No need, my
damn
lord.
army at me.
You go on ahead.
Do
We'll be
shit.
with you before long.
All right. I'll meet you at Eastpool then.
We shall see you there, and may victory await our coming.
Alright. What's over here then? Let's skip a doodle over there. Good day, sirs. Terribly sorry, but you won't be leaving here alive. Unless you put the sword in blood now, then. In case
You
I
will
might
leave
actually
this
let you
place,
go.
or face the
I know I
consequences.
wouldn't.
That's the end of that then. Or maybe not.
Maybe not.
What's that thing doing here? Doesn't matter. It goes too.
On. Ding? Perhaps? No? Not quite. Need a little bit
More
more.
surprises? I'll take that as a no.
Bravo! A magnificent display, my lord.
You were watching. I thought you were keeping an eye out for Akashic.
We were. Put down more than a few on the road, then arrived just in time to see you slay that... whatever it was.
Let's hope it was the last of its kind. Though I expect you and the Guardians will be up to the challenge should another appear.
I would hope so, my lord.
Your men will be bringing the bearers who'll be living here, I assume. It might be best to send word for them to come right away, before any other unsavory characters move in.
Of course. I'll send orders for them to depart immediately. Leave it with me, my lord.
Sometime later.
Home. Without masters.
No. We're the masters now. Our lives are our own at last.
That's all of them. And not a single Akashic in sight. Now to begin the important work of rebuilding the place. It won't be easy. Especially not after 5 years of beasts and blackguards having their wicked way with the place. The masonry might still be sturdy enough, but half the beams are rotted. Those that weren't lost in the fire or burned by the bandits, that is. It'll take a bit of elbow grease, but we'll see Eastpool rise again. Just you wait.
So wait. Lady Hannah is buried here. If you don't mind, I'd like Oscar to join the rebuilding efforts. He should be a part of this.
Of course. I couldn't agree more.
I'll let Martha know that everyone arrived safely. If you need anything more, You have only to send a Stolas.
And we will, my lord. Safe travels.
Eastpool lives again.
Let's go and tell Martha the good news.
Right. Let's jump right on back.
Ah, there you are. All went well then. Sir Wade told me you got rid of the bandits while his lot kept an eye out. Nicely done. And what's all this about some shape-shifting nightmare showing up? On second thoughts, don't tell me. It'll only give me nightmares of my own. What matters is you did it. And now we can build our new village.
Don't be silly. It was just a plan.
What will you call it?
What else? Eastpool. Sir Wade said it best. There's plenty bad happened to that place, but that don't undo the good that happened there. No need to throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Did Wade say that?
Well, something along those lines. Anyway, the poor souls might have made it to Eastpool, but their work ain't done yet. So the way I see it, neither is mine. If it's food or lumber or strong backs they need, the rest is ready to provide it.
Thank you, Martha.
No, thank you. You didn't have to help us.
I wanted to.
Ding. Almost at level 40. I wonder what kind of level one might expect to be at near the end of the game. I am assuming, this being a Final Fantasy and all, that there's gonna have to be like some special hidden bosses or some such as well. If there isn't, I'm gonna be hugely disappointed. Hugely. Ah, Lostwing. Are they finally ready to move in on the whoever it was that was doing them a bother? They were building a like a rebellion against this one Justicar or whatever it was, judge or something. Maybe it's about time they start moving on that.
I don't know what you have to do. Clive, I fear that I must bid you farewell. As you know, our time grows short. The Lord Chief Justice's vultures are circling. We must strike now. Before we part, I want you to know that, though I may not always have been your most vocal ally, I trust you, as I trusted your predecessor.
Thank you. I appreciate the sentiment, and I understand more than anyone how you feel. But is revenge really the answer?
It is the one I found, and it is all that I have lived for since that day.
But what of Lostwing? Everything you've built.
I built Lostwing to achieve this aim. Once it is done, the village will have served its purpose. My comrades and I are sure of our cause, and we shall fight to the last, come what may. But there are those among us who cannot fight. Children, the elderly, bearers afflicted by the curse. I would place Lostwing in their hands, if I thought it would do them any good. But a village home only to the frail and the infirm is not likely to stay a safe haven for long. And so, Clive, I find myself turning to you once more. Will you take them to your hideaway, that they might live even should Lostwing die?
All right.
I will.
Thank you. I will not have it said that I did not see to the well-being of those who rallied to my cause. The people I speak of have withdrawn to Gotan's Bales, away from danger in case the Black Shields strike.
Understood. I'll make sure they get to the hideaway safely.
Then the last of my preparations are complete. Fare you well, Clive. And may Griga guide us. All of us.
All right then.
Come then, brother.
We are awaited in Gotan's bales.
I was somewhat expecting we could join in on the actual attack. Then again, I suppose that's not out of the question just yet. A bit of a history with these black shields myself. Mind stomping them a bit? It seems like one of the few one of the rare spots where some proper farming can still be done. Seems like a waste to just leave it behind.
Everyone, Quinton has asked that you come with me. He can no longer guarantee your protection, but I can. There's a safe place I can take you to.
Well, if that's what the Master thinks best. Sid, none of us would be standing here today if it weren't for Master Quinton. We owe him our lives. So we ain't about to start telling him what he should do with his. If he's saying we ain't safe in Lost Wing no more, it's 'cause he ain't coming back. And if that's what has to happen, then so be it. I only hope he can see this through to the end. That we get to see justice done.
I hope so too.
Oi! You lot! Where's everyone else? They ain't already left, have they?
They've gone with Master Quinton.
Fuck! Fuck! Fuck!
What's wrong?
I've just come from the Justice's manor. We have to get Quinton to call off the attack. It ain't just the Black Shields protecting the place. He's got a guard dog and all. A fucking monster. They don't stand a chance against that thing. If I don't get the message to them, they're all gonna fucking die.
No. We can't let this happen. Sid! Don't worry about us. You've got to catch up with him. We can't let Quinton die before that bastard does.
All right. I'll do what I can. Where is this manor?
Nothing else I can kill this
It's way over to the east, through the woods. Heaven Hall, he calls it.
Promise us, Sid. Promise us you'll do what you can.
Of course. I'll sort it out. I will solve your problems for you. Now then, where is it? This one would likely be the Croloses, yes? We've been there plenty of times before. Got a hunt target not too far away from there, I do believe. Is that a new kind of girl running around over there? If I recall, I've seen one of that color before.
Thanks, Cal.
Matagot. Kill it. It's just a Curl Lister in it.
Stay down.
Come on.
Alright, let's go to sort out this matter business then. all them bugs around here? Bunch of cheeky boos. Imagine they've already made their way here then.
Clive, look.
No. Don't tell me we're too late.
We just might be too late. We might be. They didn't do all that well, did they?
Quentin, are you all right?
No. But I am alive. Which is more than I can say for my comrades. They followed me without question all the way here. And they died. For nothing.
It's just a curl.
This must be the guard dog. Quentin. I'll hold it off. You go.
But...
Your comrades didn't die for nothing. They died for you. Don't let their sacrifice be in vain.
I won't.
Come on, then.
I will just hold it off. I'm up
That is no real guard dog.
No. Just a rabid beast that needs to be put down.
Comes at me when I'm in the middle of a swinging cannonball monster. Seal up a little bit and set the guy on fire. There we go. Big team.
If only we'd arrived earlier. Is it over?
It is. He wept and begged for mercy. And I cut him from ear to ear. Just as I dreamed of doing all these years. All my plans. Building a haven in Lostwing. Freeing bearers from their chains and recruiting them to my cause. It was all for this. But what is this? Justice? My faithful comrades. All those lives lost. So that I might take another.
Quentin.
Master Quinton! Oh, thank Grieger you're safe.
You? You're alive?
And so are you. I'm so sorry. I tried to warn you about that thing. And I hate to say it, but there's more bad news. It's Lostwing. It's been flooded.
What?
Flooded? Normal flood or ether flood? What is it, a Black Shield flood? It's an ether flood.
Lostwing. My Lostwing.
And look who's here.
They must have stolen in after we left, just before the flood struck. What if there are still people in there?
Don't be a fool!
Oh, he's gonna go Akashic from that.
Damn it.
Oh well.
It's not going to last long in there.
Then we finish this quickly.
It's over! Quentin! Hold on. I'm gonna get you out of here!
Does it affect the dominance running around in this as well?
I need to get back to Quentin.
It would seem not, but still.
Quentin! Quentin! Look at me! Thank the Founder. He hasn't turned. I'm going to get you out of here. Welcome back to the land of the living.
Is Lostwing?
The flood has filled the valley.
I see. Then all is at an end. A strange way to achieve one's life's ambition.
No, Master Quentin. Save your strength.
Why? All that I strove for is gone. Only emptiness remains. I have nothing left to live for.
What the heck are you on about? You've got us, ain't you? Don't try telling me you only freed us so you could get revenge. We're more than that to you, and we all know it.
I thought you weren't coming back. But I prayed, and you did. There's got to be a reason for that, right? Can't we just go back to how it was? You know, you looking after us all.
Your work ain't over yet, Master Quentin. We believed that you were the right man to lead us, and we still do.
Your village may be lost, but it seems your people aren't, so long as you remain to guide them.
But why? After what why would anyone follow me?
'Cause we're family, aren't we?
Family?
Yeah, and all our comrades who went with you, they felt the same. Lostwing weren't just a village. It was all of us.
It was. And as long as we're still here, it is too.
We can start again. Build a new Lost Wing, right here in the Bales.
A fresh start. One life ends, and another begins. Why just a village? We could build towns. A nation, even. What's to stop us?
That's the Master Quinton we know.
Please. I am nobody's master. Quinton will suffice. After all, we are family.
That's bloody adorable.
Permit me to withdraw my request. I will no longer be needing your help in looking after my people.
I'll pretend you never asked.
But you must be rewarded for your efforts on our behalf. You saved my life twice over. And more besides.
A bottle or two of your finest red will suffice.
Of course. Nothing but the best. And I have a feeling that this year's vintage will be the finest yet. If you don't mind waiting, that is.
I look forward to it.
Oh, with all the ether in the air, one would imagine there'd be quite some interesting growth on in your vineyard here. Ether-infused wine, perhaps. That'd be something. Right then. And our next target is, of course, in Bucklad. Back to the damn desert, innit? Let's see what this is all about then. The caravan, once again. Yes.
So we're going to do this. We'll need help.
Then we'll have to find it, and fast. We cannot let this chance pass us by. Clive, your timing is impeccable.
Definitely.
It just so happens that right at this very moment, we're in need of someone with your talents.
And what talents would those be?
Why, your fearlessness, and your skill with a blade.
I'm listening.
Well, as I'm sure you're aware, when these dark skies swept over the Republic, so too did a wave of chaos and confusion. Randalar has been particularly badly affected. Many of the capital's bearers have lost their masters, or taken the opportunity to flee them. None remain free for long, of course. Most find themselves under the protection of the Fist before they get far. But the army too is in disarray, and finds itself unable to provide for its new charges. Which means it has been looking to sell.
And you've been looking to buy, to make sure these masterless bearers remain that way.
Precisely. It's the perfect opportunity to free dozens more, and for an attractive price, no less.
So where does my skill with a blade come in?
Though we may have the funds to buy these bearers, we have nowhere to house them. So we've been searching for a place where they can be resettled. Somewhere far from the prying eyes of those who would see them enslaved once more. And we believe we have found one. Cashlock. A small hamlet hidden in a canyon. The place was abandoned a long time ago, but when the men moved out, the beasts moved in.
And so we seek the aid of a fearless swordsman to encourage them to look elsewhere. You'll help, won't you?
How could I refuse?
Excellent. Theo, If you wouldn't mind making arrangements for the transportation of our guests, as we discussed.
Of course. Leave everything with me.
Sounds like you'll have your work cut out for you.
I will. We have an entire village to stock and furnish. Residents and all. Even if I begin right now, I'll be working day and night. So I'd better get started. Try to clear the place out before the wagons roll in, won't you?
I'll do my best.
You will find a village in Chairdra's Thread, past Lateney's Cleft. My man there will open the gate for you.
All right. Wish me luck.
I'm sure you won't need it.
True enough. Unless you hit a dragon or something in there. I find that a tad bit unlikely, though. Just a tad bit. Just a tad bit. Now, how do we actually get there? I'm a bit unsure of that part. Just a tad bit. Just a tad bit. Maybe from here and circle around. That way was blocked before. No longer is, so I'm assuming that that is our ticket.
Oh, you're a friend of the Crimson Caravans. And by the look of you, I'd say you were the help they told me was on its way. Cashlock's just down there, if you'd be so kind.
Right. Echoes deep.
It's over. Farewell.
Them sorted. Oh, that certainly looks like it would be a nice little place to live. Clear it out. They can move in and live their lives and whatnot.
This must have been a nice place once.
Will be again.
To me, flames! Titan! Give me Stay down! You're finished!
There's a lot of them. God. Lots of beasties.
I think that's the last of them.
I think you're right. Let's head back to Boklat.
First, let's see if there's any loot around. There's a couple of shinies, at least I can see that much. I would imagine there's at least 1 or 2 boxes as well. Oh, big. Big place. Certainly could use some renovations, let's say. A bit decrepit. Oh well, it'll make a fine home though, once they've sorted all of that out. Like there's, aha! There's a box. There'd be at least one. Looks like that's about it as well. Oh well. Where does that lead? Can you actually go that way? I mean, the map would have you believe that at least, but I'm not sure if it's actually true. Find out. Quite the path, though. Longer than I expected. Burgers weft. Nice little hideaway here. Hey, it wouldn't happen to be an S-ranked target around here somewhere, would there? Because this is quite the arena. Very empty one, though. Alright, I think we've explored this sufficiently. Let's go and give the caravanners the good news.
Something the matter, Theodore? Quiet.
Those are our terms. I trust that you will give them your full consideration.
I shall. Thank you.
Him again.
Someone you know?
Yes. And, no. But enough about him. How did you fare down in Cashlock?
It's done. The village is safe now.
You made quick work of it, as always.
I should go and let Eloise know.
Don't let me keep you. But Clive, don't tell her I was watching her, will you? She'll only get upset. I'll explain everything once you've finished with your report.
All right. We'll speak then. Eloise, I just got back from Cashlock. The village should be safe now.
Thank you, Clive. Here, something for your trouble. Well then, now that you have laid the groundwork for our little project, I suppose we'd better finish the job. The first thing we'll need to do is make sure our offer for the bearers is accepted.
You're still in negotiations?
We are. A trusted colleague has been dealing with the Fist on our behalf, but things have been trickier than we anticipated. I suppose it's to be expected. This is the army we're dealing with. Fighting's what they do. But we shall emerge victorious in the end.
Well, if you need any help, you know where to find me.
I'm not sure I do. But thank you, all the same.
I don't know. Now what's this about this weird sibling
Clive.
thing going on here?
You wanted to talk?
The man I was watching earlier, the one speaking to my sister, he represents the Silver Peak Consortium. It's one of the bigger trading houses.
I don't think I've heard of them.
Well, every trader in Dharmekia has. They operate across the length and breadth of the Republic, and they're still expanding. They've been trying to get Eloise to join their ranks for some time now, and judging by her reaction earlier, I'd say she had half a mind to accept their latest offer.
And you'd rather she didn't?
I would rather she did what makes her happy, and I would never deny her such an opportunity. Eloise saved me from slavery, and we have striven to save others like me ever since. But this was not the life my sister wanted, nor the one she deserves. I won't let her give up on her dreams again for my sake. She freed me from my bonds, and she must be freed from hers in turn.
You're a good man, Theo.
I have always been grateful for what my sister did for me, and I want to repay the favor by letting her live her own life. But each time an opportunity to do just that arises, she turns it down. For my sake.
She loves you.
And I love her. Which is why I want this time to be different. To show her that I don't need to be watched over anymore. Though I'm sure I'll still need some help from time to time. I trust that I can count on you.
Always.
Thank you, Clive. Well then, I had better get back to work. These bearers aren't going to move themselves. That's a job for the Crimson Caravans.
Right. I think we've sorted out all of these new side quests that keep popping up. Onwards, where we want to be.
Sounds like thunder.
You're late. We're starting to think you'd stumbled off a cliff.
I seem to recall that was you, Gav.
Good to see you. Any trouble on the road?
Nothing we couldn't handle.
I knew you'd come. Is that who I think it is?
Yes.
Allow me to introduce my brother, Joshua.
Clive's told me all about you. Not even listening most of the time. Name's Mididol.
But everyone calls me Mid.
My lady.
Hey?
My boy.
Uncle Byron.
It's really you. I never thought I'd see the day.
So these Akashic are being controlled?
That's what it looked like. Empty eyes, eerie blue glow. No doubt they were turned, but silent as monks, every last one of them.
Your man here speaks true, Clive. We saw more than a few in the city. They moved in ranks with a purpose, and not of their own.
Ultima's doing.
Perhaps.
What of the city? The people?
Dead, mostly.
Mostly, but not all. A handful managed to lock themselves in their villas before the Horde arrived. Some in the Merchants' District to the west, and a few others on the far bank.
If the Akashic stumble across either hiding place, a few bolted doors won't hold them for long. We need to find them. And quickly.
What do you propose?
We split into two parties. I will make for the Merchants' District, while you look to those across the river. Mind keeping an eye on my brother?
Supposed to be his shield?
Not at all. We find the villa and try the servants' entrance.
Understood. And what of us?
Mid, is she fit to sail?
The ship, the Mithril engine could probably do with a few more tweaks.
Then you better work fast. Even if we do reach the survivors in time, they'll never make it to the hideaway on foot.
You leave that to me.
See that Mid doesn't get herself into trouble, would you?
Think I can manage that?
I'll keep him safe.
Looks like you stuck with me, Byron.
That's Lord Rossfield, you little gutter snipe!
Shall we then?
And you keep Clive safe.
Be careful.
Oh, I get
Both
the
of you.
good boy with me.
You too.
Shouldn't I be the one watching over Joshua, though? Torgal, keep an eye on Jill for me. Jill can keep an eye on Torgal.
All right, Torgal. Let's find those survivors.
Murder as many Akashics along the way as we can.
They don't stand a chance against those things.
They don't look like Akashics, they look like orcs.
They've been routed.
Those are Akashics. had a bit of health left. Oh well. I'll not complain. Annoying bastard, that. I love going around. Hey, good sir. How are you?
What happened to the Royal Army? There's nothing but monsters here.
Orcs really count as monsters? Maybe these do. Want to die. Understandable, but annoying. Line you up nicely, like.
Farewell.
You react.
So... Nice try. Still be survivors inside.
Unlikely. I think we saw that already. Then again, perhaps Odin is still around.
Where are they?
There's that.
These creatures. Does Ultima's reach extend this far? What the hell is going on here? Where is your master? What does he want?
You've caused quite the commotion. But then I would expect no less from you, Muthos.
Oh.
You again. I don't believe we've been introduced. You were in my family's crypt. And now you're here. With an army of Akashic thralls.
Manners, Lord Rossfield? They are men, like you and me. Albeit ones unburdened by the wills that drive our kind to madness. They are pure. They are divine.
Ah, what? Of course, religious nutjob.
And they are all that remains in this once raucous city.
You'll pay for what you've done.
As you wish. I confess I have been very much looking forward to this.
Sounds like a mistake.
Pardon me this indulgence, Your Majesty. The vessel shall not be spoiled. I am Sleipnir of House Harbor. you will yield. Or not.
Not likely.
As long as you don't hold back.
Nice try.
Pipe and block is not a good idea, apparently. There you go.
Nice try. Nice try. Trick.
You will forgive me if my performance seems uninspired. It is just that I expected so much more from our chosen one. Perhaps this will kindle your flame?
What now?
A gift from my liege lord's armory. Gungnir. Watch closely, Mythos. Yes! Yes!
Hello.
Still my beating heart! Stop!
Nice try. There's a good boy. To me, boy. Nice try.
what raccoons. Nice chunk of XP though. Look at that. Sanguine insignia.
The vessel
For a new
is
weapon, perhaps?
strong. My liege.
I think I just ordered myself a swig of coffee.
Clive!
You're all right.
As are you, I see.
We are, yes.
I'm sorry, but we couldn't save them.
It was over before we arrived.
Well, you did what you could. I fear we were all too late. What's wrong?
Nothing. I hope.
Did he wake back up, or is it Odin? It's Odin!
Leaving so soon, Mythos?
It's the king.
Indeed. You may kneel before Barnabas Tharn, Warden of Ash and King of Waloed.
Get back.
Are we about to get humbled? Is that it? Damn, Clive's getting sloppy.
Wild and impetuous. I expected more of the boy who bested my Lord Commander. Yet I see why my master covets you so. The power within you, Mythos. The potential. Stop calling me Muthos. But Muthos is everything. The cornerstone of all creation. The Lord's vessel. Your purpose.
My purpose? To surrender my mind and body to that thing. No, Your Majesty. My purpose is my own. I made a promise to my friends, to my people. And nothing is going to stand in my way.
You would allow this delusion of free will to bar your path to greatness? Truly, your volition is a cancer. One that must be excised.
I do hope you'll let me control the fight moving forward.
Try it.
Please.
All the rest.
Joshua!
So, I might suggest you not prime. Oh shit, she's gonna prime, isn't she?
Oi! Oi! This way! Hurry!
Power beyond reckoning, and they use it as a crutch. Such a waste.
If he hurts Jill, I'ma kick his fucking nuts. Until he coughs them up.
Will he be alright?
The phoenix can mend flesh, but the spirit must recover on its own. I'm afraid the rest is up to him. This place is remarkable. Outfitting it must have been no small feat. But why go to such trouble?
That beauty's belly's filled with wonders the world ain't ready for. If the guilds caught wind of what we're up to, they'd all want a piece. All right?
And how is he? Do not blame yourself. He was barely breathing when you brought him here. We would have lost him if it were not for you.
No. Barnabas may have severed nigh every sinew in my brother's body. But he made certain the wounds were not fatal.
Nigh every sinew?
Allow me, your lordship. Don't know what I was thinking, putting you to the trouble like that.
'Tis no trouble carrying comestibles to my ailing nephew.
I know, but you've already done so much for us. Pouring your gill into the hideaway and now the ship. I don't want to take the piss.
You risked your life. And for what? Some girl you hardly know. Why'd you do it? You not mad or something?
A bit. In a good way.
I wouldn't go that far.
Clive!
You're awake, my boy. Oh.
All I want to do is help. And the world won't save itself. It was Sid. Your father, who taught me that.
Sounds like him.
Don't you dare do that again.
What of the Royalists?
Fucked off, the lot of them, along with the galleon. With the king on board, no doubt. The Iron Hair wouldn't sail without him. Clive. Jill didn't come back.
What do you mean?
She kept the king busy while the others dragged you out.
It's all right, Mid.
Oh, it's
Jill's fine.
The ether of her icon endures. And as long as it does, we can be certain she is alive.
We must pursue the Black Galleon. Jill will be with the king, I'm sure of it.
Well, good luck catching him, because my ship's going nowhere. It's the Mithril engine. She's got a kick like a wild chocobo and a mind to tear the hull in half.
But you have an idea.
Well, of course I do. My dad'll have seen this coming a league off. If I had his old writings...
If you had his old writings, you'd be sitting under a fuckload of rubble. The ones Otto didn't save anyway. I suppose you might still have a few pages in his stores.
We'll have to hope it's enough. Do what you can to ready the ship. I'll speak with Otto.
In your condition, you really are mad.
Perhaps. But the world really won't save itself.
Plus, I want a rematch against Odin. That was way too one-sided. I am not pleased with that. I'm gonna kick his face in. Repeatedly. Until his nose can be seen from his backside.
Right. Gav said that Otto might know something.
What we need is a new sword. That's what we need. We have a new sword. Get all kinds of motivated.
Gear, or...
Beat the ever-living schnoss out of that.
So, will it be?
Decker. Runeblade. Classic. Truly classic. Alright, let's make it.
Should last you a good while.
Can I reinforce it? I can reinforce it as well. Would you look at that? Let's do it.
Yeah, that should do you.
That is sweet. Alright, can I make anything? Rune belt? Worse than what I have. Essence. Better than what I have. Not much. A little bit.
Should last you a good
A
while.
little bit helps. Every little bit helps. We can actually improve on it as well.
Not my best work, but it'll do.
Making it far more useful.
And
it's even a decently nice. Would you look at that? It's an alright looking sword. Sweet.
If it's knowledge you seek, we've done.
Right. Otto. On our way back to Odin. Kick him in the
Paul
nuts.
said it was an army of a cash.
How are we supposed to do our duty when the hills are crawling?
Clive? But if you're here, where the hell is everyone else? Don't tell me. They're all right. But it's a long story. You lot don't do things by halves, do you? Well, at least everyone's still breathing. Now, as for these writings, I'm sorry to say, Clive, but if you had those, you'd be...
Sitting under a pile of rubble, I know.
But we were able to save a few bits and pieces from the ruins, most of which ended up being used to build this place. The more personal items we gave to the next of kin. In the case of Sid's things, that would have been mid.
Then I'll check the workshop.
So we shall. Onwards to the workshop. But first, let's have a look in with the nectar, see if there are many more hunt marks as well. There are. Would you look at that? A dread comet. A Chikiboo of some renown, apparently. And the man in black. Ostwing Sandbrack. Huh. Well, we still have these two S's. We should probably sort these out at some point. Really should. We really should. Shouldn't we? I think we should. I think we should. Perhaps that'll be a project for maybe tomorrow, perhaps.
If Amber and the Lazarus are gone, do you think Mid's ship will ever sail?
This looks like it's from Sid's old diary. But you'll already have read it. I'd better keep looking.
Right.
What do we have here? Oh. Sid's pipes. Something tells me Mid won't be needing these.
We've had no word from Canva for days.
I remember seeing this doll in Sid's cellar. I wonder if it was Mid's. Huh. What's this tucked inside it?
Medadol. Oh, you like your riddles, so I reckon you'll appreciate this one. Of all my inventions, this one's the best, and so, when choosing its place of rest, I recalled your opus, daughter dearest, and now it sleeps there in the first. I'm going to have to work on that last rhyme. Good luck.
Sid's best invention. Huh. That sounds promising. So Sid hid something in Mid's first opus. But what would that be? Perhaps Otto might know.
This isn't going to be one of those cases where his, it turns out that his greatest invention was Mid herself or something, is it? That'd be a bit cheap, I think.
Well, did you find anything?
Possibly. You wouldn't happen to know what Mid's first opus was?
Opus? That girl's as tone deaf as a banshee. Unless you mean the orchestrion. She couldn't have been more than, what, 11, 12 when she cobbled that thing together? It surprised us all. Not least her dad. You should have seen how proud he was of the little scamp. What's that battered old box have to do with anything?
I think Sid may have hidden something inside it.
Wouldn't surprise me. Those two and their bloody treasure hunts. Half the things in the hideaway were hidden one time or another.
I would think that everything in the hideaway is hidden in one way or another. It is called a hideaway. It's kind of the point.
I didn't break it. Well, I didn't break it.
What didn't you break?
Nothing. We didn't break nothing. We definitely didn't break the orchestrion.
What's wrong with it?
It's broken. Except when it isn't. See?
And you had nothing to do with this?
Nope, nothing. We just wanted to listen to all the songs at once. So we pressed all the buttons.
Oh, that's
like this.
Clive, aren't you going to stop?
See?
All too well. All right, out of the way. Something caught on one of the gears.
Did you break it? Can you fix it?
No, I mean, yes. There. How about now?
You fixed it! Sid fixed it! He more than fixed it! Yeah, new music!
Huh. Never heard this one before.
It started playing when I removed this. Whatever it is.
Well, don't look at me. I can tell you it's important, though. Sid showed it to me once and said as much. Said it was the stuff dreams were made of. Let's just hope it's the stuff ships are made of as well.
Indeed. Let's see if we can make some dreams come true.
Just the two I was looking for.
Aye. Lose a patient?
Actually, yes. The Crown Prince just left.
Dion left?
Unless you've another word for stood up and walked off. Yes, left. He did have the decency to leave a message with Obelisk before commandeering one of his dinghies. Should we go after him?
No. We're not the Prince's keepers. He's free to do as he sees fit.
I'd rather he did so in bed. His wounds are nowhere near healed. Much like yours, I suspect. Otto told me what happened in Canver. What is it with this realm's princes and their aversion to rest?
Ask me when I get back. Though I may be sometime.
Then at least try to stay safe.
And if that fails, try to stay alive, eh?
Oh, I intend to. I just have to murder Odin first.
No tow waste here. The further the flagship sails. I have to get back.
Ah, and we've unlocked a full bevy of side missions again. Here, look at that. No doubt we also have a bit of mail waiting for us in our cabin.
She can't kick. Glory to Griga. There you are. And not a moment too soon.
What's happened?
Taya's busy working herself into an early grave. Since the arrival of her latest patient, she's refused to stop, even for a moment. I've tried offering to see to him in her stead, but she won't hear of it. Clive, she hasn't left the infirmary in days.
Just came to see me, though.
She's pushing herself too hard. And if she doesn't rest soon, will you talk to her? Order her to her chambers if that's what it takes. Because if she keeps this up, I fear the hideaway will be without its best physica before too long.
I know better than to order Tyre to do anything, but I'll speak to her.
Thank you. I pray you have better luck than I did.
Well, Tyre, Rodriguez worried about you. And if what he says is true, then so am I. We all admire your dedication, but you do need to rest.
I will, when it's time. Until then, I'm staying put. We owe him that much.
Who is he?
Someone from my past. Someone who doesn't deserve to die alone. It won't be much longer. The crystal's curse has almost finished its work. If I had the tears, I could ease his passing. But without them, we've nothing that will touch the agony of those last few hours.
How would tears help this man?
Not my tears. Tears of mercy. Alicia, it's the only thing strong enough.
You wouldn't, Tyre. Surely. There must be something we can do for him.
Sometimes an easy death is the greatest kindness we can offer. You do well to remember that, Rodriguez.
I will. We have all the ingredients we need for Alicia Balwam. It needs to be fresh, though, so we rarely have much to hand. I can make the draft if you can bring me what we're missing.
Just tell me what you need.
There is a species of venom-weeping spider that lives in the forests of Norvent, near Lorbert's Pass. Bring me one of their eyes. Preserve it as best you can, but avoid contact with the tears. I'll make sure the other ingredients are ready before you return.
Thank you, Clive. I won't forget this.
Yeah, we're gonna have to sort that out for sure. What's this all about then? We're not
Alright,
bothering
Clive.
Blackthorn again, are we?
Blackthorn told me you helped him out again. It's half of that. Speaking of which, I'm actually a bit,
Worried about him. And you want my advice?
afraid so.
Fuck.
It's a bit of a funny one, this, but I saved this posh knob while I was out on a mission, and he gave me this flashy ring to say thank you. So, obviously, I show it to Blackthorn, thinking he'll be impressed, only for him to go white as a sheet and quiet as a curl instead. Try as I might, I can't for the life of me work out what could have got him upset like that. And seeing as how Blackthorn opens up when you're around, I thought maybe...
Fine.
I'd speak to him again. Well, I suppose there's no point leaving him to stew.
Cheers, Clive.
I'll be sure to pay him a visit as soon as I have a moment.
Maybe just
Right.
this once.
I'll meet
we
you by the
actually
forge
leave
then.
him to
You
stew.
come along when you're ready.
Just this once. No? Alright, fine then.
Cole said it was an army of attachments.
Clive the Second Sid. Rebel Riser. Rebel Razor. Revolutionary and all things awesome. Also local therapist. Coffee! Yeah, I'm a therapist now. How goes the Dragon Age stuff? What's the
Bloody hell,
progress like?
Clive. Not this again. Ain't you got better things to do with your time?
I asked myself
That
the
remains
same.
to be seen. August tells me he showed you a ring, and that the sight of it clearly upset you. Would you mind telling us why?
Come on, mate. Bottling it up ain't gonna help no one. If it weren't the ring, and it was something I said, then I'm sorry.
It was the ring, all right? It brought back some unhappy memories, that's all. Memories better left forgotten.
Memories
You're
of what?
switching to Assassin's Creed 3.
There are things we'd all rather leave behind, Blackthorn. But sometimes it helps to talk about them.
And sometimes it doesn't. Is that so hard to understand?
Don't be like that.
Fine. If it'll get you off my back. That ring you flashed was the work of Zoltan. We apprenticed together back in the day.
You've never mentioned him before.
Why would I? Ain't seen him in decades, and the last time I did, we almost came to blows. The ring brought it all back. I could tell it was one of his the moment I saw it. Bastard's improved, though. More than I thought possible. That thing's a work of art.
So it was a nice ring. Worth a few gil, maybe. What's it matter to you?
It matters because engraving metal's a nightmare, and I've got no bloody idea how he managed it. The fact is, I couldn't make anything even half that detailed.
So what? You're an armorer, not a jeweler.
I'm the Idaway's master craftsman. I'm not stealing a living at some backwater village forge. My armor keeps you lot safe, and my swords keep you dangerous. As far as I'm concerned, every swing of my hammer's another blow struck in the name of our cause. So I put my heart and soul into my work. Because the curse breakers deserve better than second best. And I refuse to be shown up by the likes of Zoltan.
Very well. Why don't we go and pay him a visit? Learn his secret.
I doubt he'd be too happy to see me.
Then just this once. Make peace with being second best. Swallow your pride, and focus all your energies on the task at hand. Keeping the curse breakers armed and armored. Provided you can do that, you'll hear no complaints from me. But if you can't, and it's going to distract you, we need to do something about it.
What'd you say, Blackthorn? You know he's right. And it's not like you'll be going alone.
All right.
Magic. So, where do you reckon old what's-his-name is then? Zoltan, was it?
In Dravozd, my old village. He won't have left. He's the chief.
Dravozd, eh? That rings a bell. Not far from Tabor, right? Just north of the fields of Carava. Got that, Clive? Meet us at Dravozd as soon as you can, yeah? And I'll make sure Blackthorn don't get cold feet.
Good luck with that. I'll see you there.
All right. Well, on a good note, I mean, usually when we do one of these things, we usually unlock a recipe for something truly badass. So, there's that. That's gotta be worth something. But first, have two other things we need to deal with. Not to mention that somewhere in Lostwing, there's also a target of some renown, as I understand it. So maybe we need to do something about that. Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
Welcome, welcome.
I just want to see if you potion.
An excellent choice.
Why, you're
I know. I chose it.
Let's go.
I could have fast traveled to Lostwing proper, but I realized there's a good chance I might run into that hunt target without meaning to. That might be a bad idea. I don't even remember what rank it was. It might actually outright just crush me.
Rodrigo could have mentioned his spiders would be the size of curls.
Oh, they're not quite the size. I mean, they're big. Way bigger than any spider has been. Abs, they're tanky as well. Crap.
It's over.
Right.
Hopefully one will be enough. Rodrigo will have prepared the other ingredients.
Yeah. Let's go. Right on back. Turn this one in.
Cole said it was an army of Akashi.
Thank goodness you're back. Taya looks like she's about to collapse.
Is this what you needed?
Yes, it is. Thank you, Clive. I'm loath to give a patient Alicia, but Taya's right. Sometimes it's all we can do. A single dose dulls even the most agonizing pain, and all other sensation with it. It may be a gentle way to die, but it is death nonetheless. I wish there was another way.
How are you feeling?
Light, mid-here. Drifting on waves.
Good. Just relax. Let the waves carry you to a better place.
Thank you, Taya. I'm so proud of you.
He's gone. Thank you, Rodrigo. And you, Clive?
I'll see that he's properly laid to rest.
The man you helped today was my mentor, back in the Southern Isles, on the front lines of some meaningless war. I was still a child when they shipped me to their triage tents, to treat the wounded with my gift. But in such blighted lands, I was next to useless. Until he taught me the true physicker's art, that is.
An art we would be lost without.
Tears of mercy were his gift to the bearers of the world. A respite from the agony of the curse's end.
And a kindness Sid would have approved of.
You know as well as I what life is like for a bearer soldier. Marched from one battle to the next, never knowing which might be your last. A commander may care nothing for the bearer spent in his service, but my mentor's gift gave the dying one fleeting moment of tranquility before the end. I've no tears left, Clive. I've seen too many of my friends taken. Something needs to change. And we need to be the ones to change it.
And we will. I promise.
I hope so.
Dark, that. Very, very dark. But still, I'd say she did the right thing in the end there anyway. I don't necessarily approve, but I don't necessarily disapprove. Case by case or some such. Right, so we were going to see. There it is. Huh. Oh, it's a short chocobo right away. Once I'm allowed to summon my chocobo, that is. Ah, there we go.
Good girl. Fly, Ambrosia.
This might take a while.
Almost there. Almost. That's the short side over here. Now I can fast travel here.
Kicked out already?
No. This charmer ain't letting anyone through.
Why are the gates closed?
Chief's orders. No one's allowed in without his say-so. Not that I'd have let you in anyway. You look like trouble. I suggest you go home.
That's what I'm trying to do, you little prick. Ain't changed a bit, have you, Snotty?
No. It isn't. Blackthorn.
Long time no see, eh?
What the hell are you doing here?
Well, it was meant to be a surprise, but since you are so nicely, I'm here to see Zoltan, you fucking numbskull. Now let us through.
All right. Just don't go starting anything with the chief.
Yeah, I promise I won't throw the first punch. That good enough for you?
Go on then.
Much obliged.
Wonder if the entire village is as chipper and happy-go-lucky as our good friend Blackthorn. The place sure seems
So this is Dravosh.
kind of dour.
Not much going on, is there?
It's a smithing town. When I was a lad, you'd have to shout to be heard over the sound of hammer on anvil. Clive, you're good with people. You speak to Zoltan.
Hey, you ain't backing out now, are you?
There's a river of bad blood between me and the chief. But if someone can build me a bridge, then I'll cross it.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Since when the hell was Clive good with people?
It'll be near the forge on the hill. It was our master's. He'd have inherited it when I left.
Forge on the hill.
Good luck. You'll be needing it.
Alright.
But if we can't fire the forges, how are we going to earn our keep?
Mama,
Hotter! Hotter, damn it! Those miserable flames wouldn't melt butter, let alone iron.
Pardon the intrusion. I'm looking for the chief.
That'd be me.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
I'll bet it is. Keep the gates closed, I tell him. Well done, Snotty. You're not welcome here. Get out. Before things turn nasty.
Blackthorn's here.
What did you say?
He's traveled a long way to see you.
Yes, has he?
He's waiting. Down by the gates.
Then I suggest you take him with you when you leave.
Didn't you apprentice together?
So what if we did?
Fuck! We're getting nowhere. These bearers' flames are next to bloody useless.
We're never going to be able to fire up the forges unless we can find some new crystals.
I'm a busy man, as you can see, so do me a favor and piss off. Oh, and if you're struggling to find your way out, ask Blackthorn. That prick knows exactly where the exit is. He's not wanted here. And neither are you.
All right. I'm going.
Please, Chief, you've got to do something.
Oh, maybe Blackthorn can teach them how to use forges without crystals.
Let me guess. Zoltan told you to piss off.
As a personal favor to him, yes.
Well, at least he didn't beat about the bush.
There'll be no talking him round. Not after what I did.
Which is what exactly? If we're to help, we need to know. What turned the village against you?
I left. Dravozd. Zoltan. The burden of leadership our dying master dropped in our laps. All of it. There are two kinds of smiths in this world, you see. My kind, who are in it for the love of the craft, who labour on a single piece from dawn to dusk to get it just right. And the other kind, who are in it for different reasons. People like Zoltan, whose work is quick and cheap. The kind of smiths who shit out a few hundred blades, reap the profit, and divvy it out among themselves. There wasn't a single day we weren't at each other's throats. And bit by bit, people started taking sides. You would have torn Dravozd in half had he gone on.
No treading.
So,
No treading.
I left.
You can have a
You
seat.
didn't have to do that.
You can have a seat.
Zoltan's a better chief than I would have been. His way of doing things kept food on people's tables. Dravozd prospered without me and my lofty ideals getting in the road. Until the crystals run out at any rate. Without magic to fire the furnaces, this place is as good as dead.
Ow.
It depends on how you look at it, though.
Kindly remove your claw.
There's got to be other ways of making fire. We manage it in the Deadlands.
Thanks to Sid's ingenuity, yeah. He saw all of this coming. Knew crystals were the problem, not the solution. And spent years coming up with ways of doing without.
You know what I mean, though, right? Where there's a will, there's a way. What I'm trying to say is that it's not your fault. You couldn't have predicted this.
It doesn't matter whose fault it is. I don't want to be the greatest smith alive just because I happen to be the last. Clive. Dravozd won't last long without its furnaces. So, do you think it's time we shared Sid's bellows with the world? The way I see it, it's your decision to make.
Hold on, Blackthorn. Sid made those things for us. They give us an edge over the rest. and you'd be throwing it away.
All right. Do it. This place was your home. I won't abandon it to its fate. Sid's creations were never meant to be hoarded. It was only ever a matter of time before we shared them. Let this be another step on the road to freeing Valisthea from the prison of the Crystal's blessing. Dravost will show the world that it's possible. Wouldn't you agree, August?
When you put it that way.
And I do put it that way.
It's like hearing Sid speak from beyond the grave.
Thank you, Clive.
Shall I go and fetch the plans then?
I know I'm off
Give
by
you
heart.
kisses. Yeah.
I'll be needing some help, though. Building a furnace isn't exactly a one-man job. Do us a favour and round up anyone strong enough to lug a brick or two, would you, August?
All right then.
And I've got a job for you too, Clive. Finding me some salamander skin. I need leather for the bellows and nothing else will withstand the heat. Luckily for us, salamanders feed out in the fields of Carava.
Time for a spot of hunting, then.
Indeed. I can do that. Right over there. Shouldn't take too long. We've fought a bunch of those before.
Good girl.
Fly, Ambrosia.
This won't be easy. Too slow. Nice try.
Wasn't that bad. Also, no items. Really? No items. I am disappointed. I'm not gonna mess with that. I don't need to. Is that a curl? Yeah, I think it's a curl. Oh, it is. Ignore that. Nice little savannah, this.
Let's make this quick, shall we?
Desert salamander. Murder the bastard. Hey, freaking missed.
dare say that will be enough for a decent set of bellows.
Come on.
So it will. So it will. Right. Let's fast travel quicker that way. No need to drag this out.
What's this all about then?
Don't know. Any trouble finding the skin?
Nothing I couldn't handle.
There should be plenty. Right then, time to put these louds to work. If everyone pulls their weight, we'll be finished in no time.
Sometime later.
Well, I'll be damned. I honestly didn't think it'd work. But it's hot enough, all right. And without a single crystal in sight.
You know what this means, don't you?
I do, yeah. Dravost is saved.
Sorry about earlier. I take back everything I said. That thing you built us is an honest-to-God's marvel. You've saved our village.
It's Blackthorn you should be thanking. He oversaw the construction.
Give this to him, would you?
What is it?
Pet Cole's cinders. After he left, I spent years trying to eke the most out of our forges. That there was my answer. Chuck it in the fire, and your forge will burn hotter for longer, which will do wonders for your steel. Our secret for yours. Only fair. I've always envied Blackthorn. Since the day I became chief, I spent every spare moment trying to match up to the bastard. No amount of sleepless nights at the Anvil will ever bridge that gap, though. He's a genius. Plain and simple. The man Dravost needed. But he took all his talent and left. Gifted and free. Is it any wonder I hate his guts?
The cinders would mean more coming from you.
I need to forgive him first. And that's not gonna happen.
Well, you know what they say. Oriflamme weren't built in a day and all that. These things take time.
The kitties,
especially
so
when they
full
involve
of
two geezers well
cuddles.
grudges tighter than their hammers. But what matters is,
Come on.
Blackthorn's got that twinkle back in his eye. And I'd call that a job well done.
So would I.
I reckon he's going to be at it a while yet, though, so why don't you head off without us? I'll see that the old git gets home safe and sound.
See that you both do. I'll save the cinders till then.
All right. It'll be a nice little surprise for him.
Alright, let's go back home and turn this in. Let's see if we can make something new and fancy and nice out of it. Swanky sweet. That'd be nice. Though I haven't even used this one much yet. Might be a bit too soon for the sword.
Gentlemen, I see you both made it home in one piece.
Yeah, well, we didn't want to outstay our welcome. The whole village turned out for a go on the bellows after you left. Everyone except Zoltan has. Didn't see hide nor hair of him.
Oh, but that reminds me. I have something for you.
Pico Cinder. How'd you come by this? And you're sure he wanted me to have it?
I'm sure. He didn't say so, but I think he wants to forgive you.
Huh. Imagine that. Yeah. You know I could never leave this place, don't you? Every time you put on mail, you and the curse breakers are trusting me with your lives. There's no greater honor for a smith than that. I'm not about to go crawling back to Zoltan for forgiveness, but I will make good use of his cinder. And if that helps save even a single life, then he'll have my gratitude. What was it you said he called me? Huh? A genius? And he spent sleepless night trying to copy me, did he? Sounds like I better get to work. I've got a reputation to uphold.
It's good to see you back on form, Blackthorn.
I don't know how you pair put up with me sometimes, but I'm grateful all the same. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, about to put Zoltan back in his place.
Ain't got the art to tell him how similar they are. Stubborn bastards.
A little healthy competition should be good for him.
You're not wrong. Still, it's a shame him and Zoltan couldn't let bygones be bygones. No use grumbling about it now, though. Blackthorn's happy. Or as near to happy as he gets. And that's good enough for me.
Oh, yeah. We're going to bed. Yeah. You can snuggle as much as you want. Ouroboros to sign. Sweet. I think the cat's getting a tad bit sleepy. Truth be told, I'm rather sleepy myself on a tough day. Got to learn quite a few things today.
What do I owe you on that?
For.
What's that for you,
The way things are going, I can title myself as some kind of electrician as well.
And?
That should seriously scare people. I have no idea what I'm doing half the time. Perks of being the boss. Ain't no one around to second guess what you do. Especially when they know even less. What's this about then? The tree again? That might just be it. I think we'll actually cut this one off right here. I am too damn sleepy. Yeah. And the cat apparently is also very sleepy. I know. I know. He's a little cuddle monster. He is no fan of sleeping alone. He wants company. Weird ass floofball. So that's going to have to be it for today. We'll pick this back up again tomorrow, I do believe. Until then, thank you all ever so much for swinging by. It is, as always, ever so much appreciated. And I do hope you'll join us for the next one as well. And seriously, cat, no treading. Please, no treading. You're gonna ruin my shirt. Alright? And until then, bye-bye.